Hey, it's Jennifer.
And I'm Sam. Welcome back to Quietly Messy. If you haven't listened to episode 1 yet, go check it out because we spilled the tea on AP classes, academic pressure, and surviving high school stress.
But today we're catching up because we're finally on winter break. This break couldn't have come fast enough, and we'll talk about how we're spending it and why it was much needed.
Then, we're diving into future planning. Also, happy late new year! 2025 has crept up, and the stress of junior to senior year is already hitting. College apps, career choice, and the big question, what happens after high school?
We'll tackle the topics of SATs. Are they even worth it? Scholarships like Simon Scholars and Questbridge, and how parents and teachers' expectations add to the chaos.
And let's not forget the nightmare of driving. From getting permits to that terrifying first time behind the wheel, we've got some interesting stories to share.
So stick around for laughs, advice, and our thoughts on planning for the future. And if you got tips for driving or surviving junior year, feel free to comment. We could definitely use them. So we're on break right now.
Yeah, it's winter break, and we're back in like 3 days.
I know. No, 4 days. We have Monday off.
Oh yeah, right. Wait, that's so
Yeah.
lit.
But how have you been spending your break, Sam?
The first week is definitely just rotting. Like, I
Mm-hmm.
took a literal break, and I tried to catch up on some of the editing, but I prioritized the break more.
Yeah. I know we said that in our last episode that we were on Thanksgiving break and the episode came out after Christmas, so sorry about that. But yeah. I've been spending my break. I was sick for the first week of break, so that kind of sucked. So I couldn't really go out anywhere. But I did spend Christmas sick, but that's fine. But honestly, I've been resting too. This week of break, I've been trying to like actually do work. I've been writing my essays for the Seal of Civic Engagement because I still need to do that. And I've been studying for my permit tests. And I think that's pretty much it. It's been a very productive week.
That's good to hear. That's good to hear.
Yeah.
So in the first week for me, we actually hung out. So we went to Irvine Spectrum. That was really cool. That was fun. We walked. Oh, my legs were low-key tired. Like it
Right?
was so
Yeah.
sore. And then I think on the following Wednesday, we were doing gifts exchange, like Secret Santa, because Christmas. Oh wait, no, it was one day, so Thursday.
It was after
So on
Christmas.
Thursday, that's what we did. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, so that was fun.
Yeah, I did three gift exchange this year. I did one for VSA, and then one for our friend group, and then another one on finals day in yearbook. So I spent a lot of money on gifts this year, but it was fun.
Damn.
When we went to Irvine Spectrum, that was like the day like before I got sick. Like when I got home that day, that's when I started feeling really sick. And then on during like the our friend group hangout when we were exchanging gifts, that's when I was like like that was when I was like really really sick. So, but
Yeah.
I'm better now and we're back recording episodes.
That's good to hear. Honestly, the flu shot didn't help me much. I had the flu shot like a month before I got sick.
Hmm.
So I guess my immune system is just really bad. Well, I mean, everyone this year, everyone around me got sick. Like,
Yeah.
literally everyone.
It was like 3 days before Christmas when everyone started getting sick. I have a crappy immune system and I have asthma, so that kind of sucks. But it's okay. We're better now.
Yeah. This week is already Friday when we're recording this. How was New Year for you though?
New Year's, I spent New Year's at home. I was watching every single year. Me and my parents, we put the New York City ball drop. Like, we watched that every single year on TV, so that's what I did. That's how I spent my New Year's. I spent it in bed watching the ball drop. That's it.
Oh, that's cool. That's cool. At least you watched the countdown.
I wanted to do the grapes thing under the table, but we couldn't buy grapes on time. So I just sat there while like I was on FaceTime with like my friend who was doing the grape thing. I was like, you know what, maybe I'll absorb some of her good luck through the phone. But
Wait, why would you want to do the grape thing? You already want a boyfriend this school year?
no, it's for good luck.
Oh, I thought like if you eat grape under the table, that's like a manifesting for a love relationship.
Is it actually? I thought it was for good luck.
No, it's for love relationship. That's why like a lot of girls are doing it too and guys.
Oh shit, really? Oh
Yeah.
my bad. I didn't know. Well, I guess I'm screwed because I didn't do it. I thought it was for good luck.
Well, there are different ways you can get good luck, but I don't think eating grapes under the table is probably the luck for love. but not the luck
Whatever.
for passing all your tests.
Whatever. How did you spend New Year's?
So my brother, he went out with his friends for Disneyland, the little countdown thing. My mom, she was like, every time when it's New Year, it's just a reminder that I'm getting older every day. So she slept through the entire thing.
Oh my god.
I was like, okay, so it's just me. So I just lay on my bed. I literally just watched some YouTube videos until it hit like 12. And I was like going on every single group chat or messages that I know. And I just spam Happy New Year. Like every single group chat I'm in, I just spam that thing in.
I remember when it was midnight, like once it hit 12 o'clock, my phone started going off because every single group chat was like, Happy New Year's, Happy New Year's. And I was like, yay, Happy New Year's. But do you have any New Year's resolutions?
I did. I didn't make New Year's resolution. There's a lot actually that I made because I realized that how bad I am living my life. I am
Mm-hmm.
really disorganized and then I eat really unhealthy food.
Yeah.
I don't work out. I sleep all day. I procrastinate. I was like, this year I need to lock in. I need to stop my rotting. I need to stop all that stuff. I need to be the new me. I need to be a good person. But you know what? 3 days into the year, let's just say it's not going that well.
But I think that's like the same thing for me. I don't really do New Year's resolutions because I never follow them. My New Year's resolutions, like throughout the first month of January, I'll just come up with like random things that I want to do. Like, oh, I want to study hard, or I want to get this done, and I want to do this. I don't really do it like before New Year's because I just never follow it. But I think my biggest resolution this year is getting my permit and getting my license and like actually learning how to drive. I also want to start getting more organized and like locking in for school and not procrastinating. Like actually doing my work and actually like committing to a study plan and doing all that stuff. That's like my biggest thing. It's also AP testing. That's one thing that I really want to do good on.
Oh yeah, we have that. Ooh,
Yeah.
it's in like 5 months.
Damn. I don't want to think about it. But it's gonna happen.
Yeah. So this year we're currently junior, but in the fall of this year we're gonna be seniors. How are you feeling? Are you feeling anxious, stressed, or anything about the college application or just the senior year in general?
Honestly, I'm more excited for senior year because it's 1 year closer to graduating. But also, I think it's gonna be more chill than junior year. I think my schedule is gonna be mostly the same, like the same amount of AP classes, but I think it'll be less stressful because I feel like by senior year, that's when I actually have like the classes that I'm interested in, like AP psychology and AP chem. Like those are the classes that I'm actually excited about, even though they're AP classes. As for like college applications, I'm kind of scared about that. But honestly, like I have like a lot of things I can write about for my essays, so I think I'll be fine.
Yeah. That's good to hear. That's good to hear. I think for senior year for me, I also have the classes that I want. I only have 5 periods, so let's go.
That's so lucky. I still need to do my art credits.
Oh, you didn't do your art credit yet? Oh.
No, I was thinking about doing it over the summer, but we'll see.
Oh, you can do it over the summer?
I know, but I'm doing pre-calc over the summer, so
Oh. Can you do it as like a semester thing?
I'll see. I don't know. I might just do it in school because I low key need like a break period.
Wait, does your yearbook also count towards the art credit or no?
No, it doesn't,
Oh.
unfortunately.
What art classes are you planning to take senior year?
Probably ceramics.
Ceramic? Mm.
Or like I don't know. I heard digital media was fun. I just need like a chill class that I can take a break in because I need that break class because that's what I have this year with yearbook and sometimes Viet. I'm worried that I won't have it next year. So
Yeah, personally, I feel like digital media is fun, but to say chill, well, you're gonna have work in that class. I wouldn't say you have like a lot of time in it. However, the good thing about it is that you get weighted GPA, and the work is really easy.
yeah, that's what I heard.
So you get things done early.
That's what I was thinking. But how do you feel about college applications?
I honestly don't know. Well, I know that my mom have certain expectations on me to get into like good colleges, but I'm in between of going into community college and moving up to save money or just going straight into a good college, hopefully if I get in. So, I don't know about the college application process. I don't know how hard will it be. Like I know you have to write essays, but it still scares me a little bit on the decision part. But you know what? That's for next year. The decision is for next
Mm-hmm.
year. I just need to focus on whatever I can this year and hope for the best. And also, we have counselors in our scholarship program, so it's not that bad.
Yeah,
I can get some guidance.
I think like the topic of community college or like just going straight to like an actual university is like something that I've also like thought about. Honestly, my plan is like if I don't get into the university that I want or like the university that I'd be happy going to, I would just honestly go to community college and save money and hopefully transfer over. But if I have enough money and to go to the university that I want to and I actually get accepted and all that financial stuff, then I'll just go straight there. But we'll see. I don't know. I still don't have any like a list of colleges that I want to go to or like a list of universities. I know what career I want to go to. I just haven't looked into universities or colleges for that are best for that career.
Mm. Well, is there any colleges or university that you have in mind currently? Like your top one or top two?
I think my top schools right now, I'm mostly looking at UCs or like in state in California because I don't really want to move out of state because it costs money and I might get homesick because I'm not used to living elsewhere besides California because I was born and raised here. So I think like everyone else is like looking at UCLA and stuff like that. I think my top schools right now are UC Berkeley and UCLA and like a couple of Cal states, like Cal State Long Beach, but I had to see which one's best for the career that I want. I want to major in forensics and like do DNA testing and stuff like that. So we'll see.
Ooh, that's cool. That's cool. That's a cool pathway to be in, to be honest. Like, ooh, crimes and DNAs, and you're just finding who's the culprit.
Ooh, Law and Order.
Yeah. Wait, so that's low-key a fun career to be in,
Yeah.
up or pathway. Well, personally, for me, I also have Berkeley as one of my top choices because I heard that their STEM programs is really good. Maybe UCLA for comp sci. I'm also considering going out of state just because that I know there are good colleges outside of state that have good STEM programs. But in California we have really good universities, so if it's not my last resort or anything happen, I'll probably just gonna stay in state so I can just communicate or talk or fly in and out to back to my home whenever I can to talk with my parents.
Yeah, I feel like we're really lucky that we get to like live in California because California has so many like opportunities for universities and colleges, especially because UCs are like students worldwide want to come into California for UCs, and some of them can't because of how expensive it is. But it's if we end up going to UC, it's going to be in state, which we save a lot of money from, which is really good. Cal states are really good too. Honestly, we also have good community colleges here. I would mostly go to an outer state for the experience, like for the experience of like just living away from your parents and having that sense of responsibility. But thinking logically, I probably won't have enough money for that, so I might stay in state.
Oh, yeah. Well, but you can still sign up for scholarship programs that can get you out of state if you want to.
Mm-hmm. But, but the scariest thing about graduating is the future because I still really don't know what my life is gonna look like 5 years down the road or like 10 years down the road. I always talk to my parents about how like what my life is gonna look like, and like it's weird thinking about it because like it feels like just like 2 days ago you were like a kid, and now like we're almost graduating high school and we're about to turn 18. It's like really weird.
I know. That's scary though. Like this year we're turning 17 and on to senior year. Like what? This is so fast, bro. Like what? Like it's just a blink of an eye.
I keep on thinking about how like when we did Secret Santa, your entire list was all car stuff, and you were talking about how like, oh, back when I was a kid, I was like wishing for toys, and now my entire Christmas wish list is stuff for my car. Like it's kind of crazy.
I know. Yo, like that is like the pre-adulthood.
Right? It's like I have friends
Ooh.
who are like I've had friends who are only like 3, 4, 5 years older than me, or like people family friends who are only a couple years older than me, and they talk about like oh working and then going to college. And even people like that are in my age group or like in my grade talk about like oh their jobs, what they're doing, getting a car and stuff like that. I'm like it's such a huge jump because like I still feel like a kid sometimes. It's like damn, like I already had to worry about driving and all this shit. Like what the hell?
I know. Yo, but like honestly, getting a car is good because you have more independence. Like you
Yeah,
can drive to anywhere that you want, just like on demand, and you don't have to rely on your parents too much. So that is
yeah.
something that I really like about when having your own car and all that stuff.
But the future is scary, but we'll manage. I always talk to my aunts and like my aunts because they're a lot wiser than me, and I tell them about how like I'm really scared for the future, and they're like, "It's okay, you'll figure it out."
Man, I don't even know how I'm gonna figure it out. Like,
I
yo,
know,
that's so much to consume.
right?
Just growing up, yo, I just want to be a child and just lay on my bed and, kind of avoid the chores.
I don't want responsibilities. I don't want responsibilities. I just want to like rot in my bed all day. But that's not good. That's not a good mindset to have coming into 2025. I have to stay locked in
For a better future.
for a better future. But I think like the biggest pressure comes from like our parents, especially like our parents, because our parents, if you're watching this, your experience might be a little different from us. But me and Sam both have immigrant parents, so we have very high expectations put on us. I every single time topic of school or college gets brought up, it's like a very stressful conversation because the demands that get put on you, it's very rough.
Yeah. And also, although my mom don't explicitly mention that she want me to be in a good college, but I can still sense it from her speech or when she's talking to me that she said, "Oh, I really hope that you could get into a good college and maybe you get into a better future." And also, it's just something that she can also brag about when she go back to Vietnam and talk to her relatives,
Yeah.
you know? So it's like sometimes it's pressuring, but I also understand that my mom don't want me to feel that much of a stress, but it's just the expectations. And I kind of don't want to let her down with whatever my choices will be.
It's similar to me. I think my parents they hint at it. They're like, we really want. No, actually, no, they don't hint at it. They say it to be explicitly. They say we want you to get into a good college. We want you to. I'll hear them talk about stories about like other kids in my neighborhood and how they're little delinquents and they mess around a lot and they do this and this and they're like, don't be losers like them. You gotta work hard, go to school, have the future that we couldn't have. And honestly, I just want to make my parents proud because they didn't get to have the opportunities that I had. And I'm very fortunate living here. And sometimes I don't realize how fortunate I am growing up here and being born here. So I gotta make most with what I'm given.
Yeah, I agree.
So let's talk about SATs. Are you planning on taking the SAT?
I probably will this upcoming
Yeah.
May because if I already have a plan to maybe go out of state, and although in California they don't require SAT no more, but colleges outside of state, some of them still do. So I might just take it just in case if anything is needed.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna do. My cousin took the SAT even though he applied for mostly UCs and Cal States. I'm pretty sure he's gonna go to a UC and they don't require SATs, but it's a good thing to put on your application if you get a good score. We'll see. I'll probably take it senior year because my cousin might just lend me the book. But we'll see. I'm kind of nervous about the SAT because I remember when we took the PSAT this year, I didn't study for it because if it's not graded, then why would I study for it? And I did like I did better than the average. I will say that.
That's good to hear. Yeah, I didn't do that well in the PSAT either, but it was like an okay score. Like it wasn't that bad nor that good. It didn't really qualify me for like the national merit, but it's somewhere to start. It's like a good place to start.
Dude, I cooked on the reading and writing portion, and then I got to the math portion. I was like, "Yo, what the fuck is going on?"
I know, I know. Same, bro.
I think I'm just better at reading and writing than math.
Yeah.
That's how my brain is wired. I suck at math, but it's okay. SATs, I think they're important to take. I think even if you plan on going to school in California where UCs and Cal States don't require it, I think it's still important to take it because it's a good thing to put on your application. Of course, if you don't feel like it's necessary, my recommendation is don't waste your time on it because it's not a necessity, but it does make you stand out if you get a good score.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree. But honestly, even though if you don't have a good SAT score, I personally believe that extracurriculars in high school is really important. Like, I feel like colleges do care about your extracurriculars, even if you don't have a really outstanding grade or SAT. But if you're really participant in your community and you engage in a lot of the communal work, I think colleges do care about that, and you kind of have something to talk about too in your college application.
Yeah, my biggest like goal academic wise this year is to get more involved. I want to do more volunteering events in during the summer because I have very few hours right now. I've only ever volunteered at like one spot and it was the library, but I need more hours so because volunteer hours are really important. People need to if you want to stand out on your applications, you need to get more involved like what Sam said. So that's like my biggest goal. I want to do more clubs in school, but low-key, VSA takes up so much of my time. I doubt that I can even commit like more of my time into another club. But I think I'm at a pretty good spot right now.
Yeah, that's good. That's good. Honestly, if you dedicate yourself into specific organization or clubs and really work yourself in it, I think colleges also care about that too. Because it shows that you are, I can say, loyal. I don't know
Like
what's the word for
committed.
it. Yeah, committed to like a specific passion or things that you're interested
Yeah.
about, which is a good thing, you know?
I talked to my Simon Scholars counselor, and when we were going over my list of extracurriculars, I told her how I kind of felt like I needed to do more, and she said, you could always do more, but colleges like to see dedication. A student with like 100 extracurriculars who barely commits a lot of time to these extracurriculars, they don't stand out as much as someone who dedicates a lot of their times to like a handful of extracurriculars. So showing that you are loyal to a handful of these extracurriculars, it really does make you stand out. It shows dedication and yeah.
So you mentioned Simon Scholars, and if you guys don't know what Simon Scholar is, it's basically a scholarship program that is offered in our area. And it offered a lot of different things like scholarships, scholarship money. There's also mentorship, networking, and it's also a lot of other opportunities to connect with other scholarship programs or also to travel outside or inside of state or within the country to see different universities. And we also have our own counselor, or so we say coordinator, and they're the people that help us with our college stuff and planning, counseling, all that good stuff.
Yeah. Me and Sam, well, I don't know about Sam, but we got a free MacBook from the program and I'm recording this podcast on the MacBook right now.
No, me too.
Yeah. And we also did a couple of trips. We went to UCI during the summer for 3 days.
It was really fun.
Yeah, it was very fun. It was very hot though, but it was very fun. Honestly, exploring UCI campus, it was okay. I don't think I would choose UCI as one of my top schools based on the dorm rooms, but the campus was very huge. The food was great. UCI food is so good. We ate for 3 days at the Ant Eatery or something like that. It's like this huge, like, it looked like a buffet. It was like a bunch of stations, and each station served like a different dish. It was so good. Me and Sam, we were like big backs for 3 days straight, and we ate so much food. But it was worth it. It was free.
I know. I know. It was really good. Like, we were trying every single station that they have.
It was so good. But during spring break, me and Sam were actually going to Illinois to go to the schools there because that's like a trip that Simon Scholars offers. We had three options. It was Illinois, Oregon, and Washington, and we chose Illinois because of Chicago.
Yeah. And it's also far away. Like, I want to go out of
Yeah.
state. I want to explore. Like, I didn't really go far out of state before, so I really want to see
Yeah.
what's it's like to be outside or also even living in a dorm and away from my parents. It's like that. It's the experience.
Yeah. Honestly, I've only ever been out of state 2 times, and that was to go to Vegas and Vietnam. So I'm very excited about going out of state again. But that's something we're looking forward to. Moving away from the topic of school, we're gonna talk about driving since it's a huge part of growing up. So let's talk about, well, if you're under the age of 18 in California and you want to start driving, you need to take driver's ed before you could actually do your permit test. For me, I did driver's ed during spring break of sophomore year, and I was supposed to take my permit test during the summer, but I got busy. So, but driver's ed, honestly, I felt like the courses were kind of like confusing. I will say though, it was very simple and very condensed down. A lot of it was just like reading summaries and stuff like that. But I did get kind of confused, like when it comes to like the highway, because I feel like a lot of my knowledge from driving doesn't come from driver's ed, but it comes from my parents. And my parents are the type of people to actively avoid the highway. So that's something I struggle with. How did you feel about driver's ed?
Well, to be honest, I did not know what driver's ed is. I didn't know we're supposed to do it. Like, I heard everybody was talking about driver's ed, and I thought it's like you're reading the driver's handbook and then you go take the permit. I didn't know you actually have to take a course and get a paper signed that saying that, oh, you did it. So I was like confused. So I told everybody, I was like, oh, yeah, yeah, I'm doing my driver's ed. I was just reading a driver's handbook and I was like, okay, I'm gonna need to take a permit. But then I read the requirement for getting a permit and it said I need to complete a course. And I was like, what course?
But
Like, so I asked one of my, at that time in Viet class, I was a sophomore, so I asked one of the junior in my table, and she said, oh yeah, you need to take a course, like an actual course, either in person in a driving school or online. And then you get this pink paper signed by the school saying that you completed and you show it to the people in the DMV so they can let you take the permit. Well, yeah, I didn't know that. So then I asked Jennifer, hey, what driver's ed did you do? And she said, oh, it's Coastline Academy. And I said, oh, cool, cool. So I went up there and it tells me to pay, but I was like, oh. But then I scrolled down and it offers scholarship.
oh my god, I remember this.
Yeah, it offered a scholarship option. I was like, yo, lit. It was 1 a.m. and they asked me to write a few paragraphs to why I deserve it. And I got the scholarship.
Bro.
So yeah.
Dude, I remember when you told me this about class and I was like, yo, I paid like $30 for that shit. I was so mad. I was like, but it's whatever. It's whatever.
Hey, at least you still got your paper, you know?
Yeah, at least I still got my paper. But Loki, fun fact, I did my permit test today and I failed.
It's alright.
I
It's
so
alright.
the requirement is that you can miss at least 8 until you get it wrong. I missed 9 fucking questions and I failed the permit test, but it's okay. Like I said before, I don't know how the highway works cuz my parents avoid the highways cuz I feel like a lot of the knowledge that you get from driving is like sitting in your parents' car watching them drive and them talking about like, "Oh, you got to stop at the red light." Yada yada yada. My parents I feel like my parents have only driven on the highway like once, not once, I'm being like crazy. They drive on the highway like every few weeks. So it's like a foreign thing to me. And apparently on the permit test, they just love asking about the highway. So I got basically every single highway question wrong. But, it's okay. I know what I missed, I know what I need to study. And next week, when I take it again, I think I'll be fine.
Yeah, let's hope you pass.
The only good thing that came out of the DMV today was my ID picture, because actually my ID picture, like, it wasn't that bad. Like, I came in today to the DMV not knowing that I was going to take my photo because I also wanted to get my real ID done so I can travel out of state for like spring break. And they're like, okay, we're gonna take you over here to take your photo. Mind you, I walked in with greasy hair and my pajamas on, and they snapped the photo and I looked fine, I guess. So that's like the only good thing that came out of the DMV.
Well, you didn't look that bad. Like the greasy hair, I didn't even know it until
Yeah.
you said so. I was like, oh, oh, okay.
We'll see when the colored photo comes out because I've only seen the black and white version.
Oh, is there a colored version?
Yeah, when I get like my actual ID. I only have like the
Oh.
black and white printout receipt version.
Well, for me, I didn't take my permit in person. I actually did it online because, number one, I hate standing in lines. I don't want to wake up early and stand in lines. I hated it. So I was like, you know what? If they give me an option to take it online, like, why not? Like, seriously, why
Yeah.
not? And then I'm kind of introvert too. I don't want to talk to anyone. Like, dude, don't make me talk to anyone. But anyways, so I took my permit online, and honestly, it was kind of easy for me just because I spent probably like 5 days just logging into the permit. I watched YouTube videos. I spam a lot of practice questions. I reread the entire driver's handbook too, which is kind of a lot of knowledge to intake, but honestly, it was worth it. But anyways, so on the online version, they're really strict about it. So number one, there must be no sound. If there is any sound detected, they will fail you. Number two, they have this face tracking system. So if they see your eyes is looking down or looking to the side for more than 2 seconds, they're gonna fail you too, right? Number three, if there's any phone detected, or any weird objects that looks like a device detected in your screen, they will also fail you. And also, if you miss a question, they also fail you. And then they have this like really specific proctor too. Anyways, I got my picture taken on there. Let's just say it's not the best. So if you look at my like permit, you could probably see my face and also my bed at the background, which is interesting. I did not look the best. I literally just like take one quick picture. They said put your face in the middle. That's what I did. And I
That's
clicked
so
done
funny.
and I just pressed continue. I did not even care about my picture. And honestly, I still have it right now and it looks really bad. But I never take a look at it. You know what? It's like a one-time thing. So, anyways, after that, I had to wait like several hours for them to send me back an email saying that I passed and just go
Yeah.
to the DMV to take my permit, the paper version. And that's basically it. There isn't a lot of process that I have to do. Just go to the DMV,
Yeah.
give them the score that I got and some paperwork. And that's it. I got my permit and I go home. So it wasn't that rigorous.
My process was a little different because I did it in person. Well, my process was different because I did the real ID and like the permit test together. So like my real ID and my permit card would be like together. So I had to like give the like standard, oh, your birth certificate, your social security number. No, I didn't even give my social security. Actually, no. Yeah, I did. And like two forms of mail, like that kind of stuff. Well, since I'm a minor, I had to do like my dad's stuff too, like all his paperwork. So that took like a while. And my parents also had to do the real ID, so that took a while too. But the process was just you check in and then you sit down and you wait. And then you wait for like 4 hours and then you go in and then you meet with this worker and then you like sign a bunch of stuff. They check over your forms and whatever. And then you did a vision test. I had to do a vision test and it was fine. I wear glasses. Well, I wear glasses sometimes. So thankfully I brought them. But honestly, I could see the letters clearly without the glasses, so it wasn't really necessary. And then I went to take my photo, and then I took my test, and I failed. The test was weird at the DMV because it was on a laptop, and you had to put your thumbprint on for some reason. I guess that to like identify who's taking the test because they didn't ask my name or anything. And it was touchscreen. It was like a touchscreen laptop. What I don't like about the permit test is you submit your answers individually, like it'll be like question one, and it'll ask like, "Oh, what's the speed limit for a residential area? 15 miles per hour, 25 miles per hour, or 20 miles per hour?" And then you choose your answer, and then you press submit, and it immediately tells you if it's wrong or right. I wish it was like a regular test where you could skip through questions, but I guess I don't know. It's really stupid. You could skip like 3 questions, but I didn't use the skip feature because like I was hungry, and I just wanted to finish the test. I honestly probably should have used the skip feature, but it was whatever. But yeah, that was my experience. I know people say like the DMV is like pretty shitty, which is like I agree. But I think the worst part about it was like waiting in the lines. People talk about how bad the DMV workers are. Actually, no, I did run into one like bad DMV worker. Like she was like low key kind of rushing me. You had to sign in or like based on what you want to do. So I went to like one of the electronic thingies and I signed in and whatever. And like I was low key having a hard time. And she was like kind of rushing me. But like everyone else was pretty chill. It was just the waiting that was kind of annoying. But yeah, I don't really like doing stuff digitally. So I'll probably just go back to the DMV to do my permit test again next week. But that's the difference between digital and like in person.
Oh, wait. I'm just curious, how much did you have to pay for your permit? I'm just curious if they're like the same price online and in person.
Uh, I have no idea. My permit test, I thought my total was gonna come out to over $100 because I had to do my real ID and my permit test, but I guess they mixed it up, so I had to pay 45.
Oh, same, same. I only had to pay 45.
Okay then.
Oh, okay.
So I guess I got mixed up together.
Yeah.
Because the real ID itself is like 45 as well. Because my dad had to pay 45 for his real ID. I thought they were gonna mix it up, so it would equal like $90. I guess I got $45. It was only $45, so yeah.
Okay, that's a good thing.
Yeah. But well, you've driven before because you have had to practice driving. How was your experience driving?
For starters, the first time if you ever put your butt down into a car, it was cool, it was cool. But the moment you start driving, it was just like, what the heck? Especially when you first do your first turning inside the car. It was just like, whoa, whoa, what is going on? Bro, my instructor, he had to literally drive the car for me because I was so confused. But that was only like the first 1 or 2 day. Until the third day, I kind of got the hang of it. I kind of understand how the car worked. And after that, it was not that scary. Like, overall, after 6 months of driving, I find it alright. It's not that bad. I've driven on the freeway before. It was not that scary as people say it is. Well, occasionally, when there's people, like reckless driver, that wanted to get into their exit so bad, they will do anything to just get into that lane. Yeah, those part, yeah, they're scary. But overall, when you're entering freeway, there's of course things that I learned as I'm driving that I did not learn when I'm taking the driver's ed. Like, I know that you have to merge into a specific lane while going on freeway. I know that you have to stop for flashing red light, or you have to yield when there's like a green light and all that stuff. But like, it doesn't really make sense until I start driving in person. Like, I
Yeah.
actually have to stop and wait and merge and all that stuff. Those are interesting process that I forgot as I'm driving until my instructor told me about it. I was like, oh. But yeah, honestly, my instructor, he kind of strict about the laws too. And I kind of forget some of the laws because I did not drive until like 1 month later after I got my permit. So
Mhm.
yeah, I kind of forgot some things.
I think the reason why people have a hard time with the permit is because it's all concepts and like they're not actually doing the driving. So that's why people get like messed up over like the rules and stuff because they're not actually experiencing it. They're just reading it and memorizing it. So like I think most people are just like very hands-on learners. I'm a very hands-on learner, so I think that's why I have a hard time like memorizing all these stuff. But if you like put me on the road and let's say like you just gave me the basics of driving, I'll probably remember the laws.
Yeah. Yeah, overall, driving is not bad. However, something that I'm really bad at is reversing because your right and left will be flipped. So,
Mhm.
let's say you want to turn right, you want to move your car to turn right, you will have to put your steering wheel to the left. And sometimes when your car is like slightly tilted either to the right or left and you kind of don't know what is going on and you want to move along a curb or something like that backwards, it gets really confusing. So that is something that I still need to work on before my driving test on Monday next week. So
Oh my god.
that is something I'm really scared about. And I kind of suck at parking too. I want to get better at it. Like, I can see my stepdad just like easily park into a parking space. I was like, damn, how do you do that? It took me like 10 years to even like park.
Oh my god. That was my dad today. Dude, you know how the DMV parking like is so balls? We had to like drive like 2 blocks down just to find parking. And my dad was like, "Oh, parallel parking." And he parallel parked in like 2 seconds. I was like,
Damn.
"Yo, how?" He did it with one hand too. He was like, "Okay, parallel parking." It was like, "Ooh." And I was like, "Yo, that's like how I'm trying to be." But like I remember me and Sam were on call because she needed mental support while driving, and she was like stressing out over like which way to turn her steering wheel when backing up. And I was like, "Yo,
You'll get it when you start driving, bro. Cause like, what the heck?
I know, I will."
I was so scared because I'm scared, number one, hitting two people or like objects, because I don't want that. And when you reverse, I don't have that kind of the rear camera that can show you what's behind the car. I don't have that. I have like a really old, rusty, dusty 2004 car, and I kind of have to turn my back and my head all the way backwards to even see the back of the car. And doing that while just trying to navigate the steering wheel, I was not used to it, and so it was a struggle. And honestly, when I was on call with Jennifer on that time, it was my first time driving alone inside their neighborhood.
Oh
So
yeah.
like, I have no idea what I'm doing. I did somewhat park the car, but after my stepdad came back home, he had to repark the car because he cannot get his car into the garage.
Bye.
But you know what? The parking was straight, so that's something. It's better than nothing.
No, but you had some good parking. There's like 2 times where you had like pretty good parking.
Dude, that's out of like 10 or 11 times. It was so...
I know, but okay. A win is still a win. Just saying. Your driving test is like next Wednesday, like non-student day Wednesday.
Yeah,
Damn, that's coming quick.
I know. So,
3 more days.
yeah. I hope I have a good, examiner. I hope they're a chill person, so I don't get too stressed about it. So that's all I'm hoping.
Wait, can't you just go on like YouTube or something and search up the route, like the driving test route?
Yeah, I can. However, there's multiple of them. And also, like, I know the route already because my stepdad, he's also an instructor. So
Yeah.
he always let me drive around that place. Honestly, it's not about the route itself, it's just like the laws during intersection. Like, sometimes there's intersection where there's absolutely no stop sign. There's no stop sign.
Oh yeah.
And that's the part where I fumbled a lot, and also multiple students. Like, a lot of students fail during that intersection where there's no stop sign, where you have to yield for the people going forward and all that stuff. So
Yeah.
sometimes it kind of messed me up because sometimes when I was checking my blind spot, I see absolutely nobody. And then the moment I turn my car, suddenly somebody entered the freaking intersection, and suddenly that suddenly count as a fail. And I'm like, what? But like they just entered and I'm already turning. Shouldn't it count though? Like what am I supposed to do? So it just get really confusing sometimes.
Yeah, that's what I think when my mom, like years ago, I think years ago, you had to like parallel park during the test. And my mom said that, or I think it was my mom, yeah. She talked about how like I think she failed the driving test once because she couldn't parallel park. I don't know. I think it was either my mom or like someone else who told me this. I don't remember. Some adult in my life told me how like they failed their driving test because they couldn't parallel park, and this was like ages ago where like it was a requirement. But yeah, I'm thankful parallel parking isn't a requirement because yo, I've seen people struggle with parallel parking. I'm like, damn. But then I've seen like my dad, for example, be so good at it. I'm like, I guess it's just experience.
Honestly, parallel parking, unless you're parking between two cars, then that's hard. But I tried parallel parking, and if there's no car behind you, Loki, it's kind of easy. But like if there's two cars between, if you
Yeah,
have to park between two cars and you have to do parallel parking, oh, that's a
yeah.
hard one.
That's what my dad did today. He like just squeezed into the spot. I was like, yo, what kind of wizardry is this?
I admire to have that kind of driving skills.
Right? Yeah. But anyways, good luck on your driving test.
Thank you. Good luck on your permit test.
Bye. Thanks.
It's all next week.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, it is all next week. Damn. You know what I should have done? I should have taken my permit on Monday, so I could have just come back the next Monday on non-student day. But I was procrastinating, so oh well.
It's alright. It's just an hour later, to be honest. So even if you do it later, it doesn't really matter.
Yeah.
Oh, also speaking of driving tests, there are so many criterias and requirements that you have to be aware of just because
Hmm.
on the road there's just so many things happening, and
Yeah.
I hope that I don't stress out too much about it because there's just a lot of stuff you need to remember, and I don't know. Sometimes I let my mind kind of drift off, and I hope I don't do that on the day of the test. I just hope everything goes well. I get my thing.
Don't let it get to your head.
Yes.
Don't let it get into your head.
Yeah.
And then you can drive us around.
That's 1 year
So
after,
you
though.
could drive us around.
That's the next
You could
year.
drive us around for boba. I know.
I'm so sad. Why they have that kind of rules? Wait, actually, I kind of understand it talking about like the amount of car crashes I know of teenage reckless driving. So it
Oh
kind of makes
yeah.
sense. But like still, I'm not gonna drive like 100 miles per hour on like a normal street. Like I'm not gonna do that. I value my life too much to do that.
Right?
I value my life, okay? Like although I sometimes jokingly say I wanna keep myself safe, but I never really mean it. I never really mean the
Mm-hmm.
acronym version of it. But yeah.
Keep yourself safe.
But yeah, if you guys have any tips regarding driving or taking your permit or anything, please comment or DM us. We'd like to hear about it. See your experience.
Yeah, we definitely need it. And that's a wrap for episode 2 of Quietly Messy. We hope you had fun hanging out with us and maybe even picked up a little advice about driving, college, or surviving the chaos of junior year.
If you're also stressing about college apps, career choices, or just figuring out what's next, trust us, you're not alone. We're all experiencing this together.
Don't forget to share your driving tips, SAT experiences, or winter break plans in the comments or in our DMs. We love to hear from you.
And if you're enjoying Quietly Messy, Share this episode with your friends and stay tuned for more laughs, advice, and chaos in the next one.
Thanks for listening, and we'll catch you in episode 3. Bye!
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 Alright, lit.